swinging, and still swinging. Hello, my strong friends. In today's video, I'm gonna teach you guys how to do this. I'm gonna teach you how to get your first pull-up. So let's go. This video is gonna have 5 main sections. I'm gonna timestamp them so it's easy to skip around if you ever need to come back to it. So the first portion of the video is we're gonna talk about the hollow body hold. Let me show you what it looks like first. This is me just hanging from the bar, and then when I incorporate a hollow body hold, it looks like this. The cues for this position are my legs and feet are zipped up together. I'm in a posterior pelvic tilt. The space between my ribs and pelvis is shortened, so my core is on, my abs are turned on, and my lats are turned on a little bit, so bringing my head just slightly behind the bar. So you kind of look like a banana when you're hanging from the bar. The reason you want to do this is that you maintain full body tension with this position when opposed to a dead hang. A lot of times when people get on a pull-up bar for their first time, they're kind of swinging around, and you'll see my swing here, when I get off, no control, and then the hollow body position. So I'm still swinging a little bit, but it's a much stronger position to get into when you're ready to start doing pull-ups. If you're only hanging from the bar, I would suggest instead of doing dead hangs, do hollow body hangs. You'll notice the hollow body hang, especially, will give you some activation in your core, and you'll start to feel it burn a little bit in your core. So use that as a general strength exercise to get some practice with your grip strength and also in that hollow body position. If you need more help, you can bring the hollow body position down on the floor. This is what it looks like. Same cues, posterior pelvic tilt. You'll push your back into the ground. You'll have your arms overhead, chin tucked but slightly lifted, and legs extended. That's the hollow body position. This is super hard for me because I'm postpartum. So you can also bring the arms straight down to your sides to practice that hold, or you can do one leg at a time. Try to work in some hollow body holds for 5 to 10 seconds. Maybe do 3 sets of 5 to 10 seconds to get started. You'll know that you're in really good shape when you can do a hollow body hold like this for 30 seconds. That is a very good score. When I dead hang, you'll notice my shoulders, or my delts rather, are kind of up to my ears. Instead of dead hanging like this and trying to get a pull up from this position, I want you to think about pulling your shoulder blades down, moving those delts away from your ears. You want to pull from this more active position, and again, in that hollow body hold. So practice these scap pull-ups to gain the strength to get from this position down to this one. You can also practice the feeling of getting that scap pull-up with a PVC pipe. So you just take the PVC pipe overhead, and now think about putting those delts to your ears, and then focus on pulling those shoulder blades down. Pulling those shoulder blades down. Now let me show you the hollow body hold with the scap pull-up together and what that looks like. So we're not dead hanging, we're in our hollow body hold, and then we're not delts to the ears, we're pulling back. So this is the position that you want to get comfortable in order to get your first pull-up. That's going to be a much stronger and easier position to start to build the strength that you need to get your chin over that bar than this. So this bad, this good. No, yes. It's definitely not easy to stay in that position, so it's going to take some time to get comfortable with, especially with your grip strength, with your core strength and stability, and overall comfortability with just hanging from there. A heavily debated topic is what is the best exercise to get my first pull-up, and I'm going to show you the very best one, okay? All other ones are inferior to this one, and the one that I'm going to talk about for the entirety of this video, or for most of this video, is the negative pull-up. So the negative pull-up is going to be your main movement to get your first pull-up. This is the one that you need to prioritize over all other exercises. I'm going to also cover some pretty good accessories, but none of them are better than this one. So let me show you how to do it. I can't do a pull-up, right? Let's imagine. So I'm going to jump and get my chin over the bar, and then I'm going to slowly extend and drag out the eccentric portion of the motion. I'm going to slowly do that, and you notice, what did I do? Hollow body position, and I pulled my shoulder blades down. Try to piece the things that we already talked about together when you're working in these negative pull-ups. So again, let me show you. I'm going to jump up, chin over the bar, stop my swing, and I'm going to slowly resist falling, right? I don't want to be up here, oh yeah, this is where it feels good, and then, oh, that was, there, I'm done. No, you want to resist the entire range of motion and even out your extension to be fully hanging from the bar. That's the negative pull-up. That's gonna be the most important movement. That's gonna be our main movement when we're trying to get our first one. If you find that you jump on the bar and you can't resist it for 1 second, then I will allow you to use a band. Now, big distinction, we'll talk about band pull-ups later. We're not doing band pull-ups with this band. We're jumping over and using the band to help and assist our negative, okay? This is something to only use if your negative pull-up when you start looks like this. Okay, if it looks like that, then either try the band, or you can come over here and do your negative pull-ups in a setup like this, where your feet are on the ground and you're still resisting it and doing your negative pull-up, but you have some assistance. Again, we're not focused on the pull-up portion in this exercise. We're focused only on the negative, okay? So those are modifications to make if you cannot hold on to that bar for longer than 1 second. If you can hold on for at least 2 seconds, then you're ready to run our pull-up program. Let me show you how to do it. On day 1, I want you to test. Let's do my test. I'm gonna see how long can I drag out my negative. Can I get to 5 seconds? Can I get to 10 seconds? I'm gonna try to go as slow as possible and get as many seconds as I can in my test. For the purpose of this video, I'm gonna do one for 10 seconds. So let's jump up there. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 8, 1,000, 9, 1,000, 10, 1,000. You saw there in my test, I counted slowly, 1, 1,000, 1 Mississippi, whatever long word you need to use to ensure that you're not going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do that. And also, I made sure that I was going just as fast at the top of the range of motion as I was when my arms started getting fully extended. So the hardest part for most people is going to be from here to here. So you want to make sure you're not cheating that last little bit, the hardest part. That's the groove that you want to grease. Okay, so my first day, my test day, I got 10 seconds. Come on over to the board and I'm going to show you the easiest program of your life. This is a little something called progressive overload. Okay, so 10 seconds was my score on day 1. I'm gonna take 10 times 2, and on session 1, 10 times 2 is 20, by the way. So on session 1, I wanna hit 20. But Meg, I can only do 10, I maxed out. I know. You're gonna break this up into as many sets as you need to. For example, if you're feeling really good on session 1, you can do 2 sets of 10 seconds, or you can do 4 sets of 5 seconds. So that's what session 1 is. We're looking for overall total volume. Then after session 1, you finish 20 seconds, you're gonna add 2, which gives you 22. And then on session 2, let's say you take 1 rest day, and on session 2, you're gonna aim for 22 seconds. Maybe 2 sets of 11. That would be a PR for you. That's really good, good job. However you wanna break up 22 seconds is good with me. Just make sure you're doing your overall volume. After session 2, we're gonna add 2 and go 24, okay? As you can see, you're continuing to aim for more and more overall volume. However you break up the seconds is fine with me, but aim for that new score. So I would recommend doing 3 sessions a week for 3 to 4 weeks. keep adding 2. So in session 4, even if it's the following week, add another 2 seconds, so it'll be 26. And keep going. Keep going for 3 to 4 weeks, and then retest this score. What I wanna see is the time you come back to this, I wanna see you get maybe 12 or 11 or 20, I don't know. People always ask how long their negative should be in order to get their first pull-up, and I'd say when you're at like that 25-second mark, you're probably really close to getting a pull-up, if not already able to. So that is the negative pull-up program. If you guys have questions, then let me know and I will answer them, because I think this is pretty thorough, but let me know if I missed anything. We've got our main program, our main movement. People love to debate, like I said, what are the best accessories, what exercise should I be doing to get my first pull-up? You already know my favorite one, the negative pull-up. People will debate me, but that is the one that got me my first pull-up, and thousands of people have run this program and got their first pull-up. So every time I do an event, I meet people and they're like, you helped me get my first pull-up with the program that you wrote, thank you. I didn't come up with this, it's just simple program. Anyway, I can't take that much credit for it is what I mean. Okay, so other accessories that I like. So we already talked about the negative pull-up, and then HBH is that hollow body hold. These are your bread and butter. A lot of people think band assisted is more important than these, but I'm gonna tell you why it's not when we get to it. So the other ones that I like are inverted rows, jumping pull-ups, then band assisted, then lat pull downs. A lot of people think that should be way up. And then we'll talk a little bit about grip training. So that's the last half of the video. I'll show you demos of all of these and talk you through them. Let's go. Okay, this is the inverted row. You can do this a couple different ways. I have these TRX handles that are nice to use. You can also use a barbell like you saw in that previous demo, just in this kind of foot position. What you wanna do with the inverted row is get into a more horizontal position and then row the handles straight to your chest. This is gonna be a good general base strength movement. I really like this because it's easy to adapt to your strength level. So the more horizontal your body is, the harder the movement's gonna be. So if I was very beginner, I could start here. So if you're one of those people who can't yet hold on to the bar for longer than 1 second, then you'll be more here. And then whenever you're ready to challenge yourself, take 1 step forward, getting into a more horizontal angle. So if you're super, super strong, you could come all the way down here, and that's pretty hard for me. So you can see this is why I like the TRX handles, because you can scale it based on your experience. Our next movement are jumping pull-ups, pretty self-explanatory exercise. You're just going to find a foot position so that you can actually do this. You're going to hold onto the bar, jump up, and then come back down. Jump up, and then come back down. You're starting to work in that slow eccentric each time you lower yourself back down. So it's kind of similar to the negative pull-up, but you're also giving yourself some confidence, holding onto the bar, working on some grip strength, and getting through that pull-up motion. Now again, you're not really greasing the groove of the hardest part of the movement, which is for most people from here to here. You're not really doing that with the jumping pull-up, but this is a good exercise to start working on, and one that might be a little bit more exciting than the negative to add in some extra volume and practice. All right, the famous band assisted pull-up. I won't lie to you guys, I used to do these all the time. They're fun and they're good and they feel good because they make the hardest part of the range of motion easiest. So that's why it's not quite my favorite for getting your first pull-up. You can see the band has the most tension in that sticky spot from here to here. That's the hardest part of the range of motion. And it's giving me the most tension. It's giving me the most help in that part that I need to build strength. Are banded pull-ups awful? Absolutely not. They're fine, but I wouldn't lean on them so heavily and expect your first pull-up with just using these. They can be cool because, like the jumping pull-up, they give you some confidence hanging from the bar. They start to give you a feel for what it would be like if you could do one. But, you know, it's not my favorite. I would focus on that slow eccentric, focus on that negative pull-up, and then work in your band pull-ups. Of course, I showed you how you can scale this exercise though by using multiple bands. And then as you get stronger, you can take off one and then another and then only pull up with one tiny little band. So that's one added benefit to it, but I would focus on some other movements and just work these in every once in a while if you wanted to. Okay, lat pull downs, next exercise. What do we think about these? They're all right, they're pretty good. They're fine. For the purpose of getting your first strict pull up, however, it's not the number one. It's down low on the list, as it's one of the last ones that I'm talking about. So some of the reasons I don't like it, well, for this purpose, I like lat pull downs for general base strength training, but if you're like dying to get your first pull up, you can do these, but I would, again, focus on those negatives. Slow eccentrics are gonna be what gets you there. I like lat pull downs because you can do higher volume than you can regular pull ups, but some negatives or drawbacks when you're in that spot to trying to get your first one, you're holding on usually to a more comfortable handle, right? Like this is a nice rubber thing. It's not a pull-up bar. It's not gonna really help you much with your grip strength. So you should be hanging from a bar, hanging your own body weight. You're also not activating your core, which getting into that hollow body position is likely one of the things that's holding you back. So good for general strength training, not great for the purpose of getting your first pull-up. So you can use these, but there are other options that are better. One thing that holds a lot of people back is their grip strength. So we've addressed it a few times on this video already. My suggestion to increase your grip strength would be to pick up some heavy shit, okay? I know the machines are fun. It feels good to be on machines and like just doing your leg extensions or doing your like hack squat, whatever, or your hamstring machine. Pick something up. Pick up a dumbbell and increase your grip strength there. Do you see that? Look at that. I don't even have a pump. This is just who I am, okay? You should look not exactly like that because we're all different, but it could help you to pick up some heavy things. Okay, I'm rambling a little bit at the end of this video. Point there being is to increase your grip strength, just pick up stuff. Work in more deadlifts, more dumbbell deadlifts, more RDLs, more dead hangs. Work that negative pull-up and that will definitely help you with getting your first one, obviously, and help with your grip strength. That's all for this video. Hopefully it was more condensed than the last one that I made, because I know that one has a ton of views. If you see this one, then please do give the video a like, especially if you enjoyed it. And if you know somebody who's trying to get their first pull-up, please do share this video with. Of course, if you're looking for a program, then check out my program, Stronger by the Day. It's only $9.99 a month. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.